Hello, everybody. This is CCN.
Kirk right here.
All right, with another installment of the For Real Deal, where we're here to talk to you about how to put that spark back into your love life.
Yep.
So let's get right to it. We're going to start with something that not everybody thinks about, but another way to add spark back into your life is to start outside of the bedroom. We'll get to the bedroom in a moment, but we're going to start outside of it.
Because the biggest thing with this whole thing about the spark is that you're in a long-term relationship, you've been with that person, and the biggest problem is mainly about complacency.
Yes.
It's about the fact that you see him every day, you see him in your drawers, you see him right over there hanging out in more ways than you want to explain, and you deal with them on a regular basis. And it's not a bad thing. You know, this is part of relationship and part of life. But when you get that comfortable with somebody on a normal basis, you kind of take advantage of it, and there's a lot of things in which you kind of let go. In more ways than one. And these are the main areas in which we're covering right here, especially when you're talking about outside the bedroom. Because, you know, when everybody thinks of sparks, you know, yes, you're thinking about the intimate.
Yeah.
You know, getting it on, the horizontal mumbo, all this stuff right there that's going on. But there's a lot more to that, though. And these are the main points in which we're going to be bringing up right here so that you can go ahead and have a much more well-rounded relationship when you're dealing with that.
Oh, absolutely. And see, there's so much more that goes into a relationship than just the sex. And like I said, we'll talk about that later. But you want to have a well-rounded relationship, one that's meaningful and that lasts. And then you have to remember what it took to get that person.
Yep.
It takes to keep that person, like with compliments. So, you know, when you first meet up and, ooh, you're cute, or you so handsome, or I love the way you smell. You know, you would do certain things that would attract another person.
Yep.
And you have to remember to keep those things up. So, you know, it pays to stroke the other person's ego. And ladies, we also have to admit, we love those compliments as well. So, so guys, you got to remember, tell her she looks cute if she's dressing up on a special occasion, or she's wearing that makeup or that new hairdo. You know, definitely acknowledge that. Or ladies, if you see him with a new haircut, or he has on that cologne you love so much, definitely let him know that you still like this. These are things you're still attracted to.
Yeah, because this is the one thing about it, is that when you're dealing with a relationship in any kind of period of time in which you become so comfortable, you forget about these most basic things.
Yes.
And that's the whole reason why a lot of people complain about having, you know, lack of love and lack of activity. But it's not about the chemistry. It's about the fact that you forgot about the chemistry, the things in which you did to get that person in the first place. And this is the one thing about it, is that these are the areas in which we're covering. And a lot of the things in which we just said, too, are the stuff in which, remember, you know, you had to do all this stuff to get them.
That's right. And it definitely takes all of these things to keep a person and to keep that relationship going, because believe it or not, relationships are work. And so, you know, remember when you would send those little texts like, oh, I miss you, wink, wink, or, you know, I can't wait to see you later in the day. You know, it's still good to send those.
Yep.
Just because you can make it like a little surprise, just because I like you. You know, I was just thinking about you today. How is your day going?
Yep.
You know, just something that's nice, because we all still like to have, you know, those nice contacts that with each other, to let the other person know, you know, I still like you.
Because, I mean, here's the one thing about it. Everyone likes to have a show of appreciation. Maybe even just go ahead and do a gift card, or even just a regular card. Something to go ahead and say you love that person, that you still have feelings for that person. Just a little token of your appreciation for them. Because a lot of times you get through a situation in which, you know, you're going through a day. You know, us fellas right here, you know, we need every little bit to help us on stroking our egos right there. And just to go ahead and get that nice little show of affection, or to give that nice little show of affection right there in just a simple thing. And here's the thing about it, too. It isn't about anything extravagant as far as gifts. Just something simple. If you know the person and you've had a relationship for a while, you know, hell, it's her favorite candy right there. It's a certain flower that she loves right there. You know, just certain things in which, you know, maybe for shopping. an item in which she's always wanted right there and a simple gift card for it. Hell, us guys, we don't remember what our women like all the time, but we know where she likes to shop. And maybe dropping a little card right there in order for her to go ahead and do something will show appreciation right there. And believe me, there's plenty of benefits on the flip side on that too.
Oh, yes, there definitely are, because you have to think about it like a bank. You're putting a deposit into that emotional bank, and you're showing affection into that emotional bank, and it pays off later. But if you're not making deposits in it and it's not building up, you can't withdraw from it later. And that's the way it works with ladies. We like for y'all to tell us you love us and you like us, and it could be just an e-card over the phone, simple little hearts and kisses, and then we're thinking about you throughout the day, so that at the end of the day when you see us, we're very much more receptive when you walk through the door, because we're looking forward to seeing you.
Yep.
And so that sets us up for the next phase, which is physical closeness.
Yep.
Because you remember when you first got together, how you used to hold her hand and you loved to sit next to her all the time.
Right underneath.
Yeah, and then you get into that rut of everyday life, and now you just come in and sit on the couch. Hey, hon, how you doing?
And you're sitting on the opposite side of the couch right
Yes.
there, or in the chair, getting all comfortable, and realizing that it's just about simple physical contact. You know that feeling right there in which you have a person rub you on the back right there, pat you on the head, something in order to show that there's still a connection to it. But these are the things in which we always overlook because we don't think about in the day-to-day. Going about our business, and we decide to go ahead and give our girl a what's up with the little head. Yeah, we're acknowledging that she's there, but what is that compared to going and giving her a nice hug?
Exactly.
A kiss on the cheek, something in which you really show that there's still a connection between you, not just something in which you're just going ahead and kind of walking through the day right there, and because you point a finger at her right there, she's supposed to respond to that.
Oh, yeah. And see, also, when you're talking about giving hugs and kisses, there's been scientific proof that this releases a hormone called dopamine in our bodies, and it makes us feel good. And when somebody does something that makes you feel good, you want more of it. And so these are things that we can do in small ways to connect to each other and keep that connection. That's why when you were such a little kid and you would see your mama and here you go hugging, and you just love that because it made you feel great. Now, once you're an adult and you're in a relationship, you still do these things to still show that, okay, I'm still connected to you. I still like being around you.
And the whole thing is that by having that physical closeness right there, you start to rebond, because that was part of the relationship in the first place. You didn't go ahead and meet that person and y'all sat on opposite sides of the couch and y'all sat back there and only went ahead and blew kisses from a side of the room or something. You'd give her a hug. You'd give her a kiss. You'd go ahead and hold hands. You'd walk out in public with, arm in arm. And that's the one thing about it, is that when you get into that complacent mode, you forget about just simple contact.
Yeah.
And again, these are simple things in which you do that if you do it on a regular basis, it's a good way of building the bank, as she said.
Yeah.
Putting in that deposit, getting that motion going, getting that whole idea that you're still one and together right there. And then it comes back to another big point right there, is dealing with talking and listening to each other. Now that you're back to contact, maybe you need to go back to talking together.
Exactly, because what did you talk about when you first got together? The routine of everyday life. You walk in, hey, hon, how you doing? How was work? I was all right. And there you go off into another room to go do whatever you're going to do, but you have to remember to switch up the topics. You have to remember, what did you talk about when you first got together? Was it family that you had in common? Was it friends that you have in common? Did you talk about the movies, politics? What was it that you two talked about that mentally stimulated each other?
And that's the big thing, because when you have that whole communication again, Now that you're not talking about the job and talking about the money, now you're actually communicating about things in which y'all like, piquing your interest again right there. Being able to go ahead and find out what that other person's day is like other than the work, other than, what was going on with Sally Mae on the job.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you want to forget about that and have a nice time in which you're talking about subjects in which y'all connected on earlier, from movies to music to all the other things which were said before, because that was part of why y'all were together. And again, this is the reason why it gets things moving back in that relationship, because you're rebonding again, in which you're actually talking about the things in which are interesting and not having a day in which y'all are both sitting around each other, you're looking at each other, and then going back to the same old routine.
And see, you have to fight that boredom, because if you don't talk to the other person, well, what do you think about this? What have you heard about that? And find out, it might be something that she saw and she liked that you didn't know about. And you go, oh, I didn't know you liked this, or I didn't know you liked that. Well, I saw this, or have you heard this new song and I really like it. And if somebody's trying to share with you and like, yeah, okay. Oh, okay, you don't want to talk to me about it. You off in your own world. So that makes a person feel disconnected.
Exactly. And that's the one thing, is that by going ahead, reconnecting, talking about different things, and getting the interest back peaked again, that's a very important factor. Because when you're dealing with this kind of stuff and dealing with this kind of emotions, then you go ahead and now you're rebonding. You're getting back together with that person. And again, you don't want to go ahead and get into that boring cycle of day in and day out.
Yeah.
Like she said, come in the house, what you do, where you go, what was going on with this, what was going on with that. That brings it down. To bring up the positive, bring up the things in which y'all were interested in, bring up the things in which y'all were involved with, bring up the things in which y'all know, the things that got you together in the first place, and find out more things about each other. Because as you get older, as a relationships develop in different ways. So now you can find new interest or explore new interest, in which now you're getting into the new topic right there, which is
flirting with each other. Now, when you're getting into, that's something that everybody loves when you first get started. And, oh, he looked at me and I saw him, and then I looked back, and you can still flirt with each other even after you've been with each other for over 5, 6, 7 years, because it still makes that person feel good to let them know that, okay, they still think enough of me to play with me. We can still have fun.
And it introduces new games to it by communicating and knowing more about that person. Now you know different ways of flirting and different ways of interacting right there. That's the most important part, is that you go ahead and now you're rekindling that contact. Now you're rekindling that intimacy. Now you're knowing even more, so that you can go ahead and build up that heat, that energy, that friskiness.
Oh, most definitely. And see, this will also help you plan more dates. And, you'll hear the phrase a lot, spend quality time together. And I put air quotes around quality time because, see, it's been running the ground so much. When you're spending time with each other, you want to flirt with each other and make it fun. You want to have more time with each other, because if it's not fun, then, okay, we're going out to dinner and you're on your phone, he's watching the sports on, so what are you doing? That's not fun. You're not talking to each other. You're not, focusing on each other. So, again, you have to make time with each other that is fun. Find different things to do, like, maybe have a staycation at the hotel out there somewhere, just the two of you.
Because here's the thing about it. Dating was fun, and it is fun, and it's something in which brings you together. And because of the fact that now you're actually going out and you're leaving, and believe me, as soon as you close that door, you leave all that baggage behind. You leave everything in which was going on before, and you go ahead and have a fun and entertaining time. You've sat back there, you've talked with your girl, you became intimate with your girl, you flirt with your girl, you know more stuff about your girl. Now you can go on the dates and then rekindle the same energy in which you had before. And because you're grown, you can do a lot more. So start thinking outside the box with dating. The problem is
Exactly.
that everyone thinks about dinner and a movie.
Yeah.
But you can go to different activities right there. I mean, it may sound crazy. Do pottery. Hell, if she likes it, then that's going to go ahead and make things even better. And, you can find out new things about each other by doing different things. Go out bike riding. Go out there rollerblading. Go out and find a staycation in which you're going to a scenic view or to some place in which you haven't gone before. But make the most of it right there. Because here's the one thing about it. Everyone in every book, in every place, always talks about dating.
Yeah.
And talks about going out. Mm-hmm. But it's always the same thing. Dinner movie mentality. What you're doing is this. Because now that you've known this person and been with them, take it outside the box. Start doing different things in which you know that she enjoys or that he enjoys and really making the most of it right there. And again, like I said, you're grown. You can actually do some stuff. Don't just get caught up in the same old right there. I mean, there's resorts out there. You have whole weekend excursions. You can surprise them with a whole week of doing something unique. Going to places in which you've never gone before. From Hawaii to Europe. The hell, that little 2-bit place right down the street in which looked cute. But make the most of it right there, because by spending that time together right there, rekindling that love, rekindling that intimacy, and by actually doing something in which y'all enjoy together, it brings you together, gives you that good sense, that good feel, and then it goes to the point in which everybody wants to talk about now.
Oh, yeah, and the next topic is sex. Mm-hmm. And see, for guys, the stereotype is they're the ones that want to have it the most. Guys, newsflash, there's some of us that like to have it too, and more of it.
Yep.
So, the thing is, when you're thinking about making those dates and going out to new places, maybe you're going out to a winery and they have a hotel connected to it, and so you're doing a little staycation out there, and you're out in the vineyard, and it's a nice looking, relaxed atmosphere.
Yep.
And so you two can spend the weekend together, and you're in a different spot in a different place, and spend more time with each other sexually, because it is important. I have to say it is important. A lot of people want to say it's not, but I disagree with them. It is important. But also another thing you want to do with each other is you want to talk to each other about what you like sexually.
Yep.
I know in our society it's a real taboo for women to talk about sex, or even for any of us to talk about sex when we're young. But once you become an adult, you have to face the facts.
Yep.
Look, I need to talk to you. What do you like? What do I like? Are there things we want to try? And as long as the two of you agree on it, then it's okay.
That's the whole thing about it, is that as a grown, responsible adult right there, know what you like, know what you enjoy, and communicate that with your partner. The biggest headache about any sexual experience is when both of y'all are going in blind.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hey, it's a shame that you're in a relationship for how long? And you don't know the turn on and turn offs of your partner right there. And then you wonder why the spark has went out. That's the thing which you're trying to do is this. If you want to rekindle it, find out what brings in that heat. Find out the ways in which you want to touch her, or he wants to go ahead and be involved in it. Find out the things. Start telling people what you want to have done.
Exactly.
And again, the taboos right there, look, what you do in your bedroom is on you right there.
Yeah, that's your business, and nobody can get in the middle of it as long as you don't go out there talking about it. So, that's between you and your significant other, and in doing that, if y'all like to role play, dress sexy, or dress a certain way, that's y'all's business. As long
that cat woman outfit out right.
As long as the both of you are enjoying it and you like doing it with each other, then that's all the better. So, and on that regard, you don't have to be the first one to wait for him to always initiate it.
Yep.
Sometimes you can go up to him if he's in the middle of something and you just like, look, I've been burning all day. Turn it off, turn the cord off, and take them on. Ladies. So don't always wait is what I'm trying to get at.
That's the biggest thing is that, again, You're an adult. Y'all a responsible couple.
Yes.
Go ahead and take advantage of that. I mean, the craziest thing is that, again, because of the social cues right there, that no one wants to talk about it. But believe me, you see it every day.
Yeah.
You can go on the internet for it, just like where we're at right now.
Uh-huh.
And why are you in two separate worlds?
Exactly.
You need to be on the same accord right there, because believe me, it's more enjoyable together.
Yes.
And that's the one thing that you want to focus on, is that when you go ahead and you know what you like, she knows what she likes, and y'all both go ahead, you have a much more intimate time and a better time at it right there, instead of just sitting back there and y'all acting like high schoolers.
Oh, yeah. I hope he knows what to do. I don't know what to say. I'm scared. There's a place and a time for that when you're young and you're first starting out. But once you become a grown adult, you need to learn how to be comfortable with yourself in discussing these matters.
Hello.
You know, you need to learn how to say, well, look, I like this or I like that, or do you mind trying this or mind trying that? Now, if they don't, okay, they're not refusing you. They're just saying they don't like this.
And they're just throwing a limit on certain things.
Exactly.
But it still opens up more possibilities, because, hello, there are places on the internet and places you can buy particular items right here, which can make life in the bedroom a lot more interesting. So don't be afraid. I mean, this is the one thing about it. You're trying to rekindle that energy, that spark, that connection that you had in your relationship. And sex is a big part of it.
Yes, it is.
But the main reason why it's such a big part of it is because of the fact that is one of the things in which brings y'all together.
Yes.
And usually because of the fact of complacency and living life and doing your thing and handling your business, it goes on to the main reason why a lot of times people fall out of it right there.
Yeah, see, a lot of times we get in the rut. We're going day to day. We, might have a job where you wear a uniform, or then when you come home, you just want to get out of it. I'm just trying to be comfortable, so I'm going to put on my sweatpants. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And your physical appearance is very important, because you used your physical appearance to attract their attention in the first place.
Exactly. And now all of a sudden, you're letting your physical appearance go. And that's a real problem in itself, because by not keeping yourself up, that's reason why a lot of the spark goes, because now you don't look as sexy as before. You don't act as sexy as before. And it's understandable. We are, we have daily lives. We have to make our money. We have to do our thing. But again, that's part of the reason why we were attracted to that person, was the way in which we looked.
Okay, everybody, and for our last subject of the day is physical appearance. So, a way you can help put the spark back into your life is just by keeping yourself up. It's not every day, but for ladies, we love having a fresh hairdo, something to make us feel different and feel good. And that gets noticed by the guys.
Exactly. Because, for guys, too, it's a way in which you want to go ahead and, again, with the hair, with the way in which you keep your skin up, just going ahead, because in a relationship, you're constantly going back and forth, not caring too much, because, she saw you in the morning when you came out the bathroom, and she sees you when you don't have your hair combed and stuff. But keep in mind, this is when y'all were dating, when y'all were involved. That was what brought her in. When you went ahead and had that nice clean haircut, when you went ahead and had, lotion down, when you actually did start smelling well. And those are part of the things in which brought that relationship in and got you in there in the first place. And now it will re-energize your relationship as well. And it make you feel better about yourself, too.
Exactly. And when you feel better about yourself, you present a better picture of yourself. And, and another thing we can also do is stay healthy. And that's for both people.
Exactly.
Y'all can go walking with each other, spend time with each other. If you like jogging, go jogging.
Yeah.
If you prefer running, then go running. It doesn't matter. But find something to do together that both of you can do to help you both stay healthy.
Yeah, going in and working out and making it a couples thing. Making a chance that y'all can go ahead and rebond. But also because on the health side, too many times you let yourself go. Again, you're comfortable with that person. You're sitting back there, you're looking like a beach whale, and you're thinking, they're going to love me forever. Not. You want to go ahead and keep yourself up. Keep your physical appearance up and keep hers up. And then that way y'all can go ahead and get together and bond over these things. And plus it makes it a healthier lifestyle on what you're doing.
But I have to say that for the real women, we will still love you forever. We just want you to stay healthy so you can live longer, so we can enjoy our lives together. And then the last part of this we're going to get into is basically just dressing up when you can, because for some of us, we wear uniforms day in, day out. Whether you're a mechanic or a delivery person, whatever it is, a lot of us wear uniforms. So every now and then you want to get out of that uniform. So if it's only on the weekend, dress up, make yourself look good.
And that's the thing. It doesn't take much time either. Just a quick shower, just a quick cleanup, and then just go ahead and find something nice and something fresh and get out of that mode. That's the whole problem. In a relationship, why the spark fizzles and why you have so many issues is because it becomes commonplace. Because everything you're doing is just basically day in, day out the same thing. Re-energize it by actually cleaning up, dressing up, looking nice, surprising her with, a nice outfit. You don't have to get too crazy about it, but on the weekends, maybe go ahead and dress up a little more when you have some free time. And that way, you can start appreciating each other.
Exactly, because that's what it takes to help put the spark back into your love life. And those are just a few, key points to help you guys out. And we'd love to hear from you. So, just like and subscribe, and then also leave us your comments on what you think.
Exactly. Go ahead and give us that feedback right there. And who knows right there, we might be able to go ahead and go more in depth in some of the questions which you might have.
Absolutely. So this is Cece.
And this is Kirk.
For the For Real Deal broadcast.
Peace and love, everyone.